Good day, everyone. Today, we will explore Rule 28 of the International Regulations for Preventing Collisions at Sea 1972, commonly known as COLREGS 1972. Malaysia has demonstrated a strong commitment to international maritime governance by ratifying 31 of the 69 major international maritime conventions as of May 17, 2026. These include 30 conventions under the International Maritime Organization, IMO, and one under the International Labour Organization, ILO. Among them, COLREGS 1972 is one of the key IMO conventions that has been officially adopted and implemented by Malaysia. The International Maritime Organization, or IMO, is responsible for establishing global standards for maritime safety, security, and environmental protection. One of its most important instruments is COLREGS 1972, which was adopted in London on October 20, 1972 and entered into force internationally on July 15, 1977. The convention provides a standardized set of navigation rules, often referred to as the rules of the road at sea, which apply to all vessels regardless of their nationality. This helps ensure consistent navigation practices worldwide and reduces the risk of collisions and misunderstandings at sea. According to Article 4 of the convention, COLREGS entered into force after receiving acceptance from at least 15 states representing not less than 65% of the world's merchant fleet tonnage. Malaysia formally accepted the convention on December 23, 1980. States that accept or accede to the convention after its entry into force become bound by the convention on the date they deposit their instrument of acceptance. As of May 17, 2026, there are 164 contracting states representing more than 98% of world tonnage. This demonstrates the widespread acceptance of COLREGS as one of the most important maritime safety conventions in the world. To give legal effect to COLREGS in Malaysia, the convention is implemented through the Merchant Shipping Ordinance 1952. Under Section 252, the minister is empowered to make regulations for the prevention of collisions at sea, including requirements relating to navigation lights, fog signals, and steering and sailing rules. These regulations have the same legal effect as if they were written directly into the ordinance itself and must be observed by vessels operating on the high seas and navigable waters. Any master who fails to comply with these regulations may be liable to a fine of up to Rm10,000 for each offense. Therefore, COLREGS is not merely a guideline but a legally enforceable framework within Malaysia. Acting under this authority, the Merchant Shipping Collision Regulations Order 1984 was introduced to incorporate COLREGS into Malaysian law. As a result, the regulations apply to Malaysian vessels operating worldwide, as well as foreign vessels navigating within Malaysian waters. To ensure compliance, enforcement is carried out by several maritime authorities, including the Marine Department Malaysia, port authorities, and the Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency, or MMEA. Through this enforcement framework, COLREGS is actively implemented to promote safe navigation and prevent collisions at sea. Having understood the legal framework, we can now focus on Rule 28. Rule 28 deals with vessels constrained by their draft. A vessel constrained by her draft is a power-driven vessel whose ability to alter course is severely restricted because of its draft in relation to the available depth and width of navigable water. In simple terms, the vessel sits very deep in the water and cannot safely deviate from its course without increasing the risk of grounding. Because of this limitation, other vessels should recognize its restricted maneuverability and provide sufficient room for safe navigation. To indicate this condition, Rule 28 provides that a vessel constrained by her draft may exhibit additional signals together with the normal navigation lights required for power-driven vessels under Rule 23. During the day, the vessel may display a black cylinder where it can best be seen. During the night, it may display 3 all-round red lights arranged in a vertical line. These signals clearly inform nearby vessels that the ship has limited ability to alter course due to restrictions imposed by the available depth of water. The illustrations demonstrate how Rule 28 is applied to vessels of different sizes. The first illustration shows a vessel constrained by her draft that is less than 50 meters in length and underway. In addition to the Rule 28 signals, the vessel displays the normal navigation lights required for a power-driven vessel. These include one white masthead light, red and green side lights, and a white stern light. The black cylinder during the day and the 3 all-round red lights at night indicate that the vessel is constrained by her draft. The second illustration shows a vessel constrained by her draft that is 50 meters or more in length. The main difference is that larger vessels are required to display 2 white masthead lights instead of 1. The forward masthead light is positioned near the bow, while the second masthead light is located higher and further aft. Apart from this additional masthead light, the vessel continues to display the same Rule 28 signals consisting of the black cylinder and the 3 vertical red lights. The further illustration shows how these vessels appear when viewed from different directions at night. For vessels measuring less than 50 meters in length, an observer viewing the vessel from ahead can see the masthead light, the red and green side lights, and the 3 vertical red lights. When viewed from astern, the observer can see the stern light together with the 3 red lights. From the port side, the red side light is visible together with the masthead light, stern light, and the 3 red lights. Similarly, from the starboard side, the green side light is visible together with the masthead light, stern light, and the 3 red lights. For vessels measuring 50 meters or more in length, the overall appearance is similar except for the presence of 2 masthead lights. When viewed from ahead, observers can clearly identify the 2 masthead lights, the side lights, and the 3 vertical red lights. From the port and starboard sides, the 2 masthead lights indicate that the vessel is of considerable length, while the 3 all-round red lights continue to indicate that the vessel is constrained by her draft. Regardless of the viewing angle, these 3 red lights remain the most important identifying feature under Rule 28. Rule 28 does not operate independently. It works together with several other important CALREG provisions. Rule 5 requires vessels to maintain a proper lookout. Rule 6 requires vessels to proceed at a safe speed. Rule 7 deals with the assessment of collision risk, while Rule 8 governs actions taken to avoid collisions. Rule 9 applies to navigation within narrow channels where vessels constrained by their draft are commonly encountered. In addition, Rules 20 to 31 prescribe the lights and shapes used by different categories of vessels. Together, these rules create an integrated system that enables mariners to identify vessels correctly and take appropriate action to ensure safe navigation. To ensure continued compliance with international standards, Malaysia regularly issues Malaysia Shipping Notices, commonly known as MSN. One important example is MSN November 2023, which informs stakeholders about the Merchant Shipping Collision Regulations Amendment Order 2023. The amendment came into force on August 29, 2023, and updates the Merchant Shipping Collision Regulations to remain aligned with current international standards. The notice is directed to shipowners, ship managers, ship agents, masters, seafarers, port operators, recognized organizations, and the wider maritime industry. All stakeholders are advised to take note of the amendments and ensure full compliance with the updated regulations. In addition, Section 81 of the Merchant Shipping Ordinance 1952 emphasizes the accessibility of maritime legislation and publications on board vessels. Shipowners and masters are responsible for ensuring that the latest regulations, amendments, Malaysia shipping notices, and relevant maritime publications are available to crew members. This allows seafarers to remain informed of the latest navigational and safety requirements and helps maintain continuous compliance with CALREGs. In conclusion, Rule 28 helps other mariners identify vessels that are constrained by their draft and unable to maneuver freely. By displaying a black cylinder during the day and 3 all-round red lights at night, these vessels can communicate their restricted condition and navigate more safely. Through the Merchant Shipping Ordinance 1952, collision regulations, Malaysia shipping notices, and active enforcement by maritime authorities, Malaysia continues to support safe navigation and the prevention of collisions at sea.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.